tradition we started 3 years ago now, to where we have a team dinner night before we get going. Gives the coaches a chance, gives me a chance to talk to you a little bit, gives the seniors a chance to kind of talk a little bit. Always invite an alum back. Another tradition here in the program is the seniors get a chance to get up here and talk to you guys one by one at the start of the season.
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot, what it means to be a Shoreman, and I think it's mostly family. You become part of this big bond of 50 guys.
I mean, through it all, we're brothers, like you said, and being a Shoreman is being family and pushing each other through everything and being there for each other. And I'm glad that I've had my 4 years to do that with all you guys, and this is really something special here, you guys, so you recruits, if you do end up coming here, it's really something great.
The top reasons why I'm proud to be a Shoreman, being an athlete at Washington College has given me an edge in the real world when I become a real person. Scary thought. It makes me realize there's always room for improvement. Meaning that by being a Shoreman, I know that the hard work and commitment that I've done the past 4 years hopefully will help me through post-grad life and will make me more of a successful person.
This upcoming season, I promise to work my hardest to help our team complete our goals of winning a Centennial National Championship while pushing myself and each of you to get better every day. With that being said, being a Shoreman isn't all about the wins and losses. Being a Shoreman is about creating positive habits for life, habits I didn't have before coming to WAC, and habits I will have for the rest of my life. Being accountable to yourself and your teammates, coaches, and family. Being hungry to compete and to win everything. And work hard in competition and in preparation, to name a few. Developing these habits now is a key to success on the field and for the rest of our lives. And that is what being a Shoreman is about to me.
And so I thought about it for a while, and what I came up with is that I think the culture of our lacrosse team is one where it's kind of cool to do well. And now that seems kind of obvious. Of course it's cool for teams to do well in games. But I think for our program in particular, that this attitude carries over to every aspect of our lives. So for example, our top priority as lacrosse players is obviously to win games. But we kind of feel the need to win games, not because we're told that we should or because we're given a certain ranking in the preseason, but because that's the kind of people that we are here. We're people who want to do well in everything we do. We want to win, and we want to be better than everyone else in the country, because that's just kind of who we are. This makes us different from other programs in the country because it carries over to everything we do in life. So in school, we want to get the best grades. After we graduate, the best jobs. So this is the reason why there's so many successful alumni in this program, which you'll see as we get through this class.
I think that I could enjoy college or be able to have the, I don't know how you say it, that kind of attachment that people have, when they go back and they talk about school. But Washington College definitely has become that home for me, and it's because of you guys. With just being a regular student here, I don't think people will get the sense of attachment that they have to the school. And as an alum, as a alum to the near future, definitely this program is what's going to keep me coming back. So that's what Shoreman means to me.
Now that I'm a senior, I'm very positive this will be the year. This will be the year I pass the 6-minute mile. I also talked about family in mind, like you did. Being a Shoreman is part of a family. I know that no matter where I am in my life, there was always a group of guys on my back. I developed friendships that will last a lifetime. Things like waking up for lives and sacrificing luxuries that a normal college student has makes this family stronger than any other.
Our legacy, which will be left by the seniors up here tonight, has built on to the legacy left by the Shoreman before us. I feel the legacy we leave behind will not only be one of hard work and responsibility, but also one of those things to where the tradition of winning is above all else. Being at the top of our conference has become a norm for us, competing not only for a conference championship, but for a national championship as well. That has been our mindset since the day we set foot on this campus. and that desire, along with the work ethic and brotherhood, will be the building blocks for the legacy that will be left behind.
I thought I knew this answer after my freshman year, but I really found out what it meant last year when I got hurt. I always knew my teammates had my back and would be there to support me. We'd been through a lot together, but I didn't know how tight we really were until I wasn't around every day to be there for the grind and when I had to miss a game. I miss being around the guys and being there every day. But the countless amounts of texts and phone calls helped me get through my injury. The team and join a family who will care for you and who will fight with you. I'm very proud to call myself a Shoreman and proud to call all of you my brothers.
And then now, 4 years later, I definitely understand what it means to be a Shoreman. It's about always sticking together and putting the team and your teammates above yourself. These are people that I'll be in contact with forever. That'll help me move along in my life, and I just hope one day I can return the favor to all of you guys and the new guys coming through the program. What comforts me is knowing that when I graduate, not only will I have the 50 guys here will have my back, but anybody that put on a Shoreman jersey.
To me, being a Shoreman is about being a part of something bigger than yourself. It's about knowing every decision you make not only reflects yourself, but the entire Shoreman family. As a Shoreman, you learn to overcome things that not only help on the field, but also off the field. Waking up for work will be a lot easier now that we have been waking up for 5:20 alarms 3 days a week.
Before the start of every practice and before every game, our team breaks the huddle with play hard, stick together. There was one night last year that made me fully understand what it meant to live by these words and ultimately what it meant to be a Shoreman. On March 19th last season, we lost to Salisbury in the regular season. It was arguably the worst game we played all year, but we had a lot of season ahead of us, so the loss hurt, but it wasn't the end of the world. We got back to Chestertown. A couple of minutes after I got to Mill, I got a call from Coach Shirk. The first thing he did was ask if I had talked to my mom since we'd left Salisbury, and I said no. He said that she had gotten into a car accident in Delaware on the way home from her game, from our game, and then he offered me a ride to the hospital to go and see her. I declined and said that I could borrow one of my friend's cars, hung up the phone, Trapp let me borrow his car, and I drove to the hospital, which was an hour. I was greeted by Laura Birnbaum, her parents, Luke and Sam's grandparents, Yaya and Papu, and a couple I'd never met before who ended up being Mr. and Mrs. Kelly. Laura told me what had happened. It started raining after the game and the conditions weren't so good. So a car had lost control on the other side of the median and hit my mom's car head on. The Kellys had seen the accident, recognized the WAC bumper sticker on my mom's car and stopped to help. No one had told me the severity of the accident over the phone because they didn't want me to speed on the way to the hospital. I was signing papers so I could go back and see my mom when Coach Shirk came in. Waited with the Kellys in the waiting room while I went back into the trauma center with the Birnbaums to see my mom. We were led to a side room where a doctor met us and told us what the damage was. She'd broken a bunch of bones in her arms and legs, shattered her hip, but thankfully her spine and head were good, so that was all anybody that cared about. The Birnbaums were there to reassure me. Yaya told me that she had broken her hip before and then she had recovered very quickly from it. The doctor also told me that they'd need to transport my mom to a bigger hospital to have surgery. So I went out of the waiting room where Coach Shirk and the Kellys were. I'd been at the hospital for a few hours by this point and would need to wait a few hours more until a specialized ambulance could come pick my mom up. Coach Shirk and the Birnbaums left once the news came that my mom was stable enough to switch hospitals, and all of them told me that I could call them if I needed anything in the rough days ahead. The Kellys, a family that I had never met before, I knew Zach, but I'd never met the parents before. They stayed with me for the next few hours until the ambulance was ready. When it finally came time, they gave me enough money for food and gas should I need it, and a phone charger so that I could talk to my parents, or my dad who was on his way down. On top of that, Mr. Kelly, without telling anybody, went to the next hospital to meet my dad who was driving down from New Jersey and filled him in on the situation so I wouldn't have to do it again. It isn't difficult to imagine what my night would have been like, or my mom's night would have been like had I not been a member of the Washington College lacrosse team. That night presented me with some of the toughest moments of my life, and I'm extremely thankful to anyone involved that I didn't have to face those moments alone. I could go on about the outpouring of support that came from this program in the next few weeks, but I'm over my time, and you'll just have to take my word for it that it was amazing and beyond anything my family and I could have expected. Probably the most helpful thing that happened that day was that I got the chance to go back to Chestertown in the morning and be with the boys again. Even though my family had changed drastically the night before, it was back to business again with my best friends playing a sport that I loved. It felt like a vacation from what had happened, and it's a feeling I've tried not to take for granted since. I didn't ask for any help that night, but I received more than I could have imagined. Being a Shoreman is about being part of an extended family, a family that will drop anything that they're doing to be with someone who needs it, and that's something that's very special to me.